Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, October 17, 2016, and there's a smile on my face because I had a prophetic dream last night. And before I tell you this dream, let me just tell you that a couple of days ago I asked the Father. I never asked the Father before about the rapture or when he's going to come and get us. I never asked him specifically to answer me. I would always in my prayers, say, Lord, when you come and get us soon, come and get us soon. But in the last day or so, I asked him, can you give me an approximate? I'm not asking you for a date because I know we're not supposed to know the date, but can you give me an approximate? That was my prayer, what I asked of the Father. And actually didn't expect him to answer that because I know it's pretty much a secret. And last night I dreamt. There was a lot going on, but the part that I remember the most was that I was very, very tired in the dream. Just really depleted. And a man, examined me. And next thing I knew, I was talking to him, and he says, well, we have your results. I says, okay. No, I felt like, wow, they found something, because normally, I go to the doctor and I feel things, and thank God, he says, well, your blood work came back okay. So I felt in the dream like this feeling, he found something. So he says, you have AIDS. I said, AIDS? He says, yeah, you have AIDS. And I said to him, but I haven't been around anybody that had AIDS, and I don't sleep around. So how did I get this AIDS? So he says, I don't know, but you have it. So I said to him, well, how long do I have to live? He says, well, you'll be gone before the end of the year. That's what he said. So I walked away, and I went and I told 2 people in my family. And I remember them around me, but they were not showing me that they were concerned that I was dying. They wouldn't reveal to me that they were upset. And I think they represent the world, not caring if I perish. But the last thing I remember was being in a field. There were people, like a park-like setting, and it was beautiful green grass. And all I remember is just laying down with exhaustion on this green grass. So then I wake up, and I said, wow, Lord, I said, this feels like it means something, but what? AIDS. I know what AIDS, this is me talking to the Lord now, laying in bed after awakening from this dream. So I says, Lord, I know what AIDS means, autoimmune deficiency syndrome. I said, I know what it means on the earth. I said, but what does it mean coming from you? I know it has to mean something, something else. Because if it means autoimmune deficiency syndrome, it's not a prophetic dream. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden the Lord speaks to me in about maybe 10 minutes. And he says, this is what it means. It means ascension into divine space, which is the rapture. I says, oh, Holy Father, ascending into divine space. What else is that? The rapture. And then I get washed and get dressed and go get my coffee. And as I exit my house, the first thing I see is a Mini Cooper, a red Mini Cooper. And I'm going to put up the picture for you, with the number 13 in a circle right on the driver's door. So I says, this is prophetic. I've got to look this up. The Father is speaking. And I looked it up, and this is what it means. The meaning of the number 13 is symbolic of rebellion and lawlessness. Nimrod. It's the number for Nimrod. And we know that when the Antichrist rises, he is going to have the spirit of Nimrod. Nimrod, the mighty hunter who was before the Lord, meaning that he tried to take the place of God. Satan, remember? Satan fell. He fell because he was rebellious, and then he took over the earth down here and secretly working through people to take back the earth from God. Genesis 10:9 was the 13th in Ham's line. Ham was one of Noah's 3 sons who survived the flood. 13 represents all the governments created by men and inspired by Satan. The New World Order. In outright rebellion against the eternal. I'm going to put this link for you in the description box. I want you to go and look at this. Okay? This is just amazing prophecy being told to me. Prophetic. Absolutely prophetic. And then, as I'm driving to my 7-Eleven to get my coffee, a song comes on the radio that, I have the Love Channel on most of the time. And I haven't heard this thing. It's not in heavy rotation on that channel and, the programming list. And it was a song by Larry Graham called Just Be My Lady. All mine, just be my lady. And that's basically the whole song is just be my lady, all mine, just belong to me. And that was the Father giving me a love song. And I'm going to put that in the description box for you to read. So it has been such an amazing morning for me. I wanted to share all of this with you. Now, I just want to, for the record, I just want to make a declaration that I, Judy, am not setting a date. Okay? You take my dream to the Father and ask him to confirm if this is correct. I don't know basically any more than you do, except what happened to me in this experience. But I am sharing it with you, and I ask you to take anything I say here to the Father and ask him. Being a prophet is not my forte. It's not my strongest gift. But occasionally the Father does speak something, about the world to me and happenings. And most of the times the Father, if you look at all my videos, the Father is telling me how much he loves me in mostly all the interactions that I have with the Father. But this time he answered me. I didn't expect it. So I'm not sure what to do with it because it took me out of left field. I didn't expect to get an answer. But I'm going to continue to pray on it to the Father. And I suggest that you continue to pray on it to the Father and ask him if this is correct or not. You take it into prayer. But I think it's exciting, people, We all know that are in the body of Christ, who are in the body of Christ, that we're in the season. So I would say keep looking up, saints. Just take this as an encouraging dream. Keep looking up. It could be any moment, in a twinkling of an eye, when we least expect it. And I say to myself, how could that be? Because we're watching all the time. But, you know, we're not really watching all the time. I mean, it could happen when we're opening the refrigerator to look for something to eat. Or, you know, it could happen while we're cleaning the litter box. You know, when we're not thinking about it, when we're doing something. That's what he means. So, I'll be back with a devotional. I just wanted to make this separate video for you. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you the picture of the car with the 13 on it. And don't forget, in the description box, there will be the link to the article on 13 and also the song that the Lord played for me by Larry Graham, Just Be My Lady. See you in a little while.